Everybody, it's Steph here from Steph Crochets. I have a lot to share with you this week. So I've got my little notes here. I'm going to pop them up in front of me. So if you see me looking to the side, it's because I'm looking at my notes. Anyway, I feel like I've had quite a productive week. So as you know, I don't get much time to do crocheting, but I feel like I've done quite, I'm quite happy with the amount I've done this week. So also, I'm going to add that in this video, I'm going to try not to edit it as much as my last ones, because really, I shouldn't care about what people think. So, what have I done this week? First of all, I finally finished my mum's koala bear that I said I was doing in that other variegated yarn. Here it is. Isn't it cute? It's way bigger than I thought it was going to be. And because of that, I think it's like a blanket yarn. I got it from Etsy, but it didn't come with a label. Either way, I think it's like a blanket yarn. I'm not sure. So if you compare it to my crochet roulette week 1, look at the size difference there, look. Because it's a different yarn and I used a different size hook, but it was the same pattern. It's still the free one from YouTube that I found, and I will link it below if you want to make this. The only things I had to change when I did this, because it's a different bigger yarn and stuff, is I had to put the ears different. So I didn't have to put the ears different. I lied. Actually, what I'm trying to say is that the ears on the original pattern is like this. As I kind of winged it with the ears, I'm not going to lie. And instead of going all the way round, so instead of doing like a round and then going round again, I just did the first round and then I chained one and then turned my work and did the next bit and so on, because my mum prefers the ears to look more like this rather than the round ones. So I did that. The only things I had to do different was the nose wouldn't have lined up if I did it where the pattern said, because of the bigger yarn and tension and whatever, the nose would have ended up over here. So I had to just kind of wing that and do the nose more in the middle. So I'm quite happy with the sleepy eyes. I've never done them before, apart from obviously on this one. But on this one, I did alright, I guess, but I don't know, I like them better on this one. I just think this one looks much better. Anyway, enough about the koala. I'll finally give that to my mum now, because I've been currently holding it for a while, for like a week now, just to show you the comparison size. The other thing I've done is I was doing my mushrooms. So this week, the week just gone for the Crochet Roulette 2025 challenge, was yellow and mushrooms. So I know for a fact Nicole from Be a Flamingo went completely crazy, and she was full on in her element because she loves mushrooms. So I hope that she has found loads of patterns after everyone's patterns got shown on like Travel Crochet and everywhere. So all of the collaborators. While I was doing my mushrooms, my yellow mushrooms, so I did this one pattern, which is a pop mushroom house. However, this one, I did this one first and I was like, oh my god, it's so cute. But I couldn't find my brown yarn that I used for the donkey last week. Was it last week? I think so. I couldn't find the brown yarn to do the door and the chimney, so I just kind of left it like this, which I think is pretty cute anyway. And I really enjoyed making this pattern. It was so quick, it was so easy, and for me as a slow crocheter, this was quick. So for you guys, it will be even quicker. But yeah, it's like Itty Bitty Mushroom House, I think, and it was by Cable and Canvas, I believe. I hope I got that right. I will link it down below if you want to make these mushrooms. And then I thought, after I did this one, I thought to myself, I wonder what it looked like in normal yarn. So then I made it in normal yarn. And I didn't have brown, so I used purple for the house colours. And I decided to do green spots, because why not? And this one pops too, because I wanted to see if it still popped in normal yarn, and it does. If anything, actually, this one pops better than this. And this yarn here is the Toucan Fine by Hobie. I haven't got very much yarn, especially not the, the fluffy stuff. So I'm very limited on fluffy stuff. When I started crocheting, I mainly bought all of the DK yarn, or as you call it, worsted weight yarn, I think, over in the US, if you're over there, or whatever, I don't know, whatever you call it. This yarn, basically. I've bought loads of this yarn when I first started, but since I've got into Aragurumi, I didn't actually have much of this yarn. The only yarn I have that's this was basically little projects that I wanted to do, like for myself or for my children and stuff. I bought yarn like this for them, like for any patterns that I bought that I needed this yarn for, I bought it for that. So I won't use that yarn because it's for them certain projects. So I went ahead and it was on sale, and it was the Toucan Fine yarn. I quite like the smaller yarn. Don't know why, it's because I like small items. I like it when they come out smaller, because I love little tiny items and tiny little things, and I could do this all day. I love the fidget stuff. Anything fidget patterns, love them. Love, love, love. They're amazing. I can just play with it all day. I just love it. Anyway, we're going a bit off topic. Yeah, I just like the smaller yarn, I think, to work with. Obviously, I do like the chunkier stuff too, but I feel like I don't really know what to do with it, because I don't have my own business currently. Not fully, So I don't really know what to do with it, and it'll just kind of be sitting around for a while until I get up and running with my business. Not only that, but down where I live in the UK, there's not very many people that would buy like bigger items, because the price there is for crocheted items, well, by the time you've bought all the yarn and you used your own time to make it, and all of the other stuff like the stuffing and the eyes and all of that, if you add it all up, you wouldn't get much of a profit, because people down here, I don't think they would really want to pay the prices that the item's actually worth for my time and stuff. So I feel like if I make smaller things, one, they don't take me as long, they don't use so much yarn, and then also when I have my own business, I'll be able to price them in like the smaller priced category, and probably just go to like a maximum of £30 or 45 max probably, for really big items, if I did make a big item. So I actually have wanted to make a dragon. If you see me looking away, it's just because I'm looking around outside and stuff. I'm not very good at looking at you. Sorry about that. But yeah, I've wanted to make a dragon, and I have got Spark the mini dragon. Is that what it's called? But I haven't made it yet. But that's why I haven't made a big dragon, because I just don't know what to do with it. Anyway, that's that. But while I was doing my mushrooms, over on Instagram, I seen this spooky Halloween call, and I was like, wow, what's that? So I read all the instructions of what you got to do, and it's a collab from 12 different designers, I think. I'm not 100% sure. There's quite a lot of the designers. So basically you have to follow all of the designers, and then each designer will have about 3 days roughly where they'll put out a first part of their design. And you have that time frame to finish the first part and tag them in your story. And then they'll send you the second part. And then once you've completed the second part, at the end of the Halloween call, you'll get that PDF pattern for free. So I've been joining in with that. It's called the Spooky Halloween Call. It's on Instagram. I will tag it down below, or I'll pop a picture somewhere up here. So you can go and check that out if you want to join in. But although it's already started, so I don't know whether you're allowed to just hop in. So yeah, I've been doing the Spooky Halloween Call on Instagram, which was unexpected. It's my first ever one, so I don't have a clue what it was. And so far, I've done 2 designers' work. Oh, I can't show you. I'll pop a picture up here of the first one I did, which was called Eating People Scary... Hang on. Let me get this right. It was called The Worry People Eating Monster. I've done that one, and then the second designer has done their part now, and I finished theirs as well, which was Connie the Mouse. I think Connie the Mouse is actually quite cute. I don't think I did the hood properly, but never mind. Also, my sewing skills, really rubbish. I don't even know if it's supposed to look like this. Well, it looks like the pictures, but it's quite cute though, isn't it? It's got its own little bag. And you could probably actually put stuff in that bag too, because how cute is that? I didn't think I was going to like this pattern, I'm not going to lie. But once I was finished, I was actually quite pleasantly surprised by that. So yeah, that's Connie the Mouse. So that's the second designer that's on Instagram. And now, from, what's the date? Oh, and then from the 14th till the 16th, I think, there's the third designer's pattern, and you have to finish the part 1 to then get the part 2. And I haven't even started on that one yet, so I'm gonna have to get cracking, because after today I've only got 1 day to get that part 1 done. So after you do the part 1, you have then after that 2 weeks to complete the plushie, or to complete the pattern, to be able to receive the free PDF pattern download. So I've been joining in with that as well, which has been quite fun. But it's given me a little bit of pressure, because every 3 days I'm having to start, like, make something. And as you know, I don't have a lot of time. But I've been enjoying it so far, and now I've just got to hurry up and do the third designer's pattern. And it goes on, I think, until the end of the month. I'm not sure if you can actually join in or not right now, because it's already started. So I don't know if you can just hop in whenever you want. I'm not really sure how it works. Maybe if you did want to, maybe go and ask one of the designers over there on Instagram. But this here, if I move over, this is the Spooky Halloween call that I'm doing. It's just to show you what it is that I've been joining in with. And then obviously there's been the Crochet Roulette 2025 challenge as well. And I made them 2 mushrooms that I just showed you not very long ago. Sorry, I went off topic, didn't I? I didn't even finish showing you. This is the third one. How cool is he? Look, you can move his head up if you want. I think when it's like that, right, it looks like a little Mexican. It does, doesn't it? Yeah. No, don't look at me. Blah. Yeah. So that's my little mushroom guy. He's called Shroom Guy, and the pattern is, if I just put the picture of my makes up here, then you'll see that the patterns, the Shroom Guy one in the little brown kind of box, Shroom Guy by whoever. And then these two were the cable and canvas mushy house pop ones, which is also up there. That was my makes for the Crochet Roulette 2025 challenge. I also said on my last video that I was going to do some pencils. Well, I actually only got around to doing one pencil. And I'm not going to lie, it was a free pattern. I can't remember where I found it, I'm sorry. I think it was just on YouTube. But I don't know, I'm not very happy with it. And I think that's because I don't like how fat the pencil is. I wanted it to be like a skinnier, like slightly smaller, like skinnier pencil. So that's my pencil. Also on their pattern, they have the pencil upside down and then its eyes are there, but its mouth's down here instead. But I chose to do it this way around because I made a hanging thing here. So it's not a very good pencil, but he's alright. The pattern's fine, the pattern's easy, the pattern's good to work up and good instructions and stuff. I just don't really like how chunky it is. So I want to make some skinny event pencils. So I've actually I did buy a pencil pattern off of Etsy that comes with the tags that says, "Thank you for being the right teacher for me," or whatever. So I'm going to give that pattern a go instead and see if I prefer it. And then I have to make 13 of those because that's how many staff members there are that I'm doing it for. So I did make one pencil. What else have I made? I don't think I've made anything else this week. I didn't get round to finishing my brother's keychain pigeon, but when I have finished it, I will show you. So the little tiny keychain pigeon. I can say that this week I have bought like way over 15 patterns off of Etsy. Not only that, but I have also bought some new yarn, which I'll show you in a minute. And I have got some stuff off of Temu. So one of the things I got off of Temu, which is actually in this package, I believe. I haven't opened it yet. Is a ring light. You know the ring lights? I will put a link in the description if you want one. But ring lights, I want to try that out. Because to be honest, most of the time when I do get to crochet, it's at night time. And there isn't that much light at night time. So up here right now while I'm recording, I'm using the natural light from the window. If I wanted to do a video at night time when my kids are asleep, then I'd probably have to do it downstairs and not up here in my bedroom. And I think that ring light would come in really handy. Another thing I got is I've seen quite a lot of people use these at markets and stuff. So not only is it going to help me now, but it will help me in the future when I do markets. You know them like cube things that you can DIY, like so you can put the cubes however you like. I'll put a picture up here so you know what I'm talking about. But I got this. So I also got that, which is in a box down here just beside me, but it's heavy so I don't want to lift it to show you. But yeah, I also got that, and I have actually got like 21 other items off of Temu, which hasn't arrived yet. But basically them things is like, oh yeah, oh my god, you like my new blanket, guys? I know it's not anything to do with crochet related, but it's so soft and I'm using it right now because I'm a bit cold. Yeah, I also got a new bedding on my bed, which is Halloween related because Halloween's coming. Yeah, don't know if you can, yeah, like it. So that's pretty cool. Sorry about that crap behind me. I haven't put any of my yarn and stuff away yet from when I was crocheting earlier, and I've got all my like blankets, jumpers and stuff that I've been wearing. So yeah. What else have I done this week? Oh, I forgot to tell you, but you've probably seen it anyway because I've posted it as a reel. But I made also a tiny little micro pumpkin. I didn't bring it upstairs. It's downstairs at the minute, but I'll pop a picture. Yeah, I made a tiny little micro pumpkin and I actually did it really well. I didn't actually find it so hard this time. Another thing I've done this week is I've I finally bought the UKCA and CE guide, which I was kind of like researching about it before on the last previous videos and trying to get my head around it by you like searching on YouTube and stuff. And I went to the library this week. I took my little folder with me. I went to the library and I printed it out. I had to pay for the printing. It was 20p per sheet of paper, and that's in black and white as well, not in colour. If you wanted it in colour, it was 80p per A4 bit of paper. But I've got my guide in here, right? And then today, after getting my guide, which is really thick by the way, 41 pages that is. Well, I got the guide. I also printed out nearly all of my Halloween patterns. I could crochet whilst watching stuff on my phone, so I've got loads of I've got a couple patterns that aren't Halloween related, like this one for an instance. I've got this pattern because my son likes Spider-Man, so I thought I'd get that one for him. I did buy it off of Etsy, and then the rest of them basically are Halloween related. On Temu, one of the things I bought was this little box and some little round capsules that have nothing in it, so you can like write on a bit of paper and then put it in the capsule and then put them in the box, and then you like go like this and then take one out. And what I wanted to do with that at some point was do a video or maybe like a little mini series where I use the balls to pick out my Halloween pattern that I have to do, and then just keep going until I've done all of my Halloween patterns. Because my problem is that I've bought a lot of patterns since I started crocheting, and I've literally hardly done any of them. So I think it's about time I start actually crocheting the patterns that I've bought. I'm banning myself now for buying any more patterns, I hope, fingers crossed, unless it's seasonal related, probably. But I'm going to try my best this next month, and maybe even two, to like November, possibly December, but I might buy some Christmas patterns in December, but I'm not sure. I have got a couple of Christmas patterns in my basket already, but I need to start just finding the free stuff and crocheting the free patterns, because I have so much stuff that I can crochet and I just can't help but spend. Especially because I've been on Instagram a lot this week, and on Instagram you're always getting like the free patterns, which I've saved like way over 100 free patterns, and also you see someone there that you really like that aren't free, so then I end up going on their Etsy and then I'm like, oh, and then I buy them. So I've bought quite a lot of patterns that I just need to start making them, and I need to stop buying patterns, and I need to stop buying, crochet related things, because I don't actually need anything else now. I've spent enough money this month on crochet stuff. Some of the other things I bought from Temu was these little, like, them clear bags that you can put like your bits of crochet in with a card, or I don't know. Basically, what I want to do at some point, and I've been wanting to do it for ages, I've always thought it was a really nice idea, and I've only ever found one thing in my past where there was a crochet thing in a McDonald's bathroom, and it was for like the random acts of kindness, and I just love that idea. Like, so in my hometown, I know majority of this town, and majority of the world even now, suffers with mental health one way or another. And so I want to start doing some random acts of kindness, put them in these little bags, and just hopefully I can cheer someone up, or I can like brighten their day, or make them feel a bit better about life, because life's hard, So I want to do that. Because I haven't got my own business right now, I want to do something to make people feel better, and I really care about people's mental health, so I really would like to do that. So I've got some little worry worms. I've got a little worry worm pattern and some little gift tags, like, not gift tags, but the little tags that come with them. So I can start with those and put them in the thing and start doing that first. And then I've got quite a few patterns in my basket which are all like along them lines. But anyway, I've got all these little tiny things. So I've got like the worry worm one. There's quite a few others that come with the little tags, like a PDF thing that you can download with them, which is like positive ammunitions. No, you get what I'm saying. They're basically, they're little tiny patterns that won't take very long, that I can do, put in a little bag for random, you know, like a little clear bag for random acts of kindness, and with their own little tiny positive message written out in them. And then I can take them out into my town or wherever I go, and I could just leave them wherever. It makes me feel happy knowing that I've made someone else happy. So I want to try that at some point. I have so many ideas all up in my noggin, right? I have so many ideas up here, and I just don't have enough time to just blah blah blah, and just I don't have enough time to just let them all out. So over the like, you know, over the months, hopefully, especially once these two challenges, like the Halloween Call and the Crochet Roulette Challenge, once they're out the way, I'm really enjoying doing them both, by the way. So I'm not, like, I don't want them to go out the way, but after them two, like, things are like kind of done and dusted, then I'll probably have more time to do like my own little personal challenges, or some of the little things I want to do, like the crochet random acts of kindness thing. It'll give me more time to like do that. I'm just looking on my little list to see if there's anything else on here that I haven't mentioned. Oh, my son's school, for the class names. So each class, their names are different birds. So I do actually at some point, because now I've got like the UKCA guide and stuff, even though I won't be selling them and I'll be giving them, I still want them to be children safe. So I do want to test them and stuff, and I want to make sure they're safe because they'll be in a child setting. I want to make the names of the class, whatever bird it is, I want to crochet the little bird and give it to them for their class, and like so they can have it set up somewhere for their classroom. I think that'd be pretty cool. And at some point as well, I'll probably try and get it done before next summer, because this is when they normally read this book. But I really want to crochet the Hungry Caterpillar. Have you seen the Hungry Caterpillar crochet pattern where it's like a caterpillar, and then you make each individual bit of food and you can feed the caterpillar the food? And I think that would be so cool. So I just want to make that and then like give that to the school as well, so then they can, while they're reading the book, they could be feeding this little caterpillar or whatever. I just think it'd be really cute and the kids would love it. So I want to do that at some point. Not yet, that's probably for future me, but yeah, I want to do that. Another thing which I really like the idea of, and I've seen it on some other YouTube videos I've been watching, and it's not really down here, it's more like in the US I think, but well, one thing that they do over there sometimes, depending where you're from, is they'll make a fried egg and then they'll place them on people's cars with a little like positive note that basically says you've been egged. And it's not egged in a bad way, it's egged in a good way, and then hopefully that just makes someone smile. I really want to do that. I feel like, I just feel like it'll be cool to do. So like another random act of kindness type thing, but instead with fried eggs. Oh, there is something actually I have been doing this week. Is not sponsored. This isn't sponsored, but I've been going on to Craftsy. So I was watching LA Crochets on YouTube. She had on one of her videos, which was sponsored by Craftsy, where if you like want to design your own amigurumi, then there's a little class on Craftsy which is called Design Your Own Monster, where they teach you basically how to design your own monster. And then from there, you'll have all the information you need to start and try and make your own pattern. So I've been watching some of them videos from the classes, and it's actually really cool because I actually really want to make I want to try and make my own pattern at some point. I don't know what it'll be, but sometimes randomly while I crochet or in the day, I will get random pops of thought in my head where I'm like, oh my God, that'd be so cool. It's probably already been done, but I don't know. So I do sometimes get ideas randomly pop in my head that I would like to, you know, make into like a real thing. So that'd be cool. I want to try that. So I'm just watching the classes on there at the minute. It's Design Your Own Monster. I'll put a screenshot here if you did want to go on to Craftsy and do this if you're interested. So on Ale Crochet's sponsored video that she did, it was the first 1,000 people or something to get one whole year for like £1 something dollars. Like I said, this video is not sponsored by Craftsy. I just wanted to let you know that that's another thing I've been doing, is watching the Design Your Own Monster thing on Craftsy. So then hopefully I can do my own pattern one day. So right, should we get into showing you my yarn? So very small yarn haul, I'm not going to lie. It's not a massive one like you see some people do amazing yarn hauls. So mine's not going to be as good as theirs, okay? So don't be disappointed. So first of all, because I've been reading the UKCA guide, basically when you sell in the UK, you have to have the EN71-3 compliant yarn or the OTEX standard 100. I think that's how you say it. I don't know, but I know what I'm talking about. If you get the guide, you also know what I'm talking about if you're in the UK. If you're not in the UK, you don't have to do it. So I'm sure there's some other version that you have to do, or I don't really know. If you're not from the UK and you're watching this, do you have to do anything like this to sell your stuff, like your handmade items, or is it just the UK that has to do it? I'm not sure. I don't think you do over there, but let me know. Let me know down in the comments if you have to do the same or something similar. I needed that EN71-3 and the OTEX, I don't know, however you say it, standard 100 compliant yarn. So I've been looking, I've been doing some research, and King Cole is actually really good. So they have both of those tested on their yarn, some of their yarn, not all of it, some of it. You'll have to do your own research and you'll have to double check. You also need to get the certificates for the yarn before you sell it. So I've got the certificate for this yarn and I've printed it out and it's in that little folder that I showed you. So I went to one of my local yarn stores and they have Warm and Toasty by King Cole, and they had 10 different colours and it was £6 per skein. So I bought all 10 colours basically. So then eventually, well, at some point when I start making things that I might want to have in a market one day, I'll be able to start. I basically bought this yarn so then I could start testing. So like if I find a pattern that I really like and I want to use it in a market, like in a market when I start, you know, selling my stuff or whatever, I want to have the right yarn and stuff for it. So then I'm able to test my made things. But anyway, got the Warm and Toasty. I've got pink, orange, and they do actually have more colours than this on their website. So I have told the store, and the store are going to order them in. There's pink, black, yellow, light blue, they're dark blue, green, red. Oh, it's shade natural. So there's that one as well. They're quite soft. But at least I know now, if I want to test any of my patterns, I can use this and I know that this yarn is compliant and I've got the certificates for it. Basically, what I want to do, I'm going to use next year probably, so 2026, I'm going to use that year. And like, so starting from now until next year at some point, I'm going to use like all this time to gather up little bits and bobs that I need for when I have my own business, because there's actually quite a lot that goes into it. Like if you do markets, you're going to need like a gazebo and some tables and banners and business cards and one of them little tappy card things for when you pay. Or there's just so much that you have to get to start up your own business. So also that's another thing, is I don't want to start my own business yet because of the fact that I don't feel quite ready yet. Like I haven't made quite a lot of things, so I'm just like kind of getting used to it, because I'll do everything all properly. I'll go through all the proper channels and all of that. For right now, until I do have my own business, I basically want to gather up all of like, just every now and then buy something to go towards when I have my own business or when I do markets and so on. So far I've bought some little tiny tags that you could put on your plushies for the pricing or whatever. I've bought a calculator, like a big calculator that you can put on the table for when you've got to add it up. Even though I might not actually need one of them, but still, it's handy, isn't it? And I've got like a hole punch for if I print anything out and put it in my little folder, even though I don't have a printer right now. So I might have to invest in a printer, but I don't have a computer, so I might just carry on going to the library, but then it's quite pricey. So I might invest in a printer. I don't know yet. And I've also got a stapler. And there's a couple other things that I've got on Temu out of them 21 items that is crochet related or gonna help me for when I have my own business. So once I am ready to start testing, I will probably do a little video of it, like on here, just to kind of show you guys what I have to do. The other thing I bought from the yarn store, as well as all of this yarn, they didn't have any littler bags, so I just had to buy a bigger bag, but I also got a big bag of stuffing because I've ran out of stuffing. So I needed some more of that because I ran out. And then, because I've promised myself that I'm not allowed to buy any more yarn or patterns or anything crochet related for at least a whole month, and that I've got to start using free patterns, or I've got to start using up the stuff I've got, or using the patterns that I've already bought and doing them. Because of that, after buying this yarn and the stuff on Temu and all the patterns, and I went to BJ's and I just picked up a couple of normal DK yarns so I could maybe make some autumny jumpers, or maybe some little like autumny decors, like little pumpkins, or I just wanted a couple, you know, autumny kind of colours before I decided to go, nope, no more stuff. So the first colour is, oh, it's just burgundy. This is the first one. I really like this colour. And then I've got like this light browny kind of colour. I've got this like, it's called, oh no, burnt orange. And then I got a dark brown as well, because I thought that if I do some pumpkins, I might want to do different shades of stems for the pumpkins. So, and I've already got a different shades of orange like in my stash already. This is a Pato. Do you know what, for ages I was calling this Pat Pat, because I just didn't read it right. I just assumed and didn't look properly, but it's Pato or Pato, whatever. So I want to make myself another hexie cardigan. I haven't finished my hexie cardigan that I'm currently working on. I've done one half of it and I'm currently on the other half, which is nearly finished, and then it's just joining it together and doing the sleeves and whatever. And I will get to it. But in the meantime, because autumn's coming and like all the pretty colours, and I only got 2 skeins of each because I can always go back to BJ's if I did need more and get it. I got 2 of these. Look how pretty them colours are. They are so pretty. I just love them colours. It just, wow. And then I've also got these 2. Look at that. How pretty are they? Cranberry. I got this like reddish. And then I got this one, I think's the rust one. Oh, would you look at that? See, it's just screaming at me. So most of the time, if you're not 100% sure, you can actually ask the brand or you can email the company about if their yarn has been tested and if it's compliant to the EN71-3 or this. So this yarn, I've just noticed, actually has got this on it to say that it has been tested. And this one is the shade Rust. And then I also have like this mustardy kind of yellowy colour, which is gold. It's called Gold. So I got them autumny colours as well. And I think that's the end of my yarn haul. The only other thing in here is my stapler. So that's all my yarn that I bought. I know we spoke quite a lot, so I probably am going to edit this a little bit. I think that concludes my video. I don't think there's anything else I have to tell you for this week, other than the week coming, the Crochet Roulette 2025 challenge. The wheels have been spun, and next week, so week 4, is pink sea life. So I have quite a few ideas in mind for what I want to do for that. So that's quite a good spin, I think. It's not too bad. I've not actually made anything sea life apart from that pink axolotl. If you look over on my Instagram, I have a pink axolotl, which I won't use for the challenge. I want to try and use other patterns. I actually really enjoyed doing that pink axolotl though. So that's the only sea life thing I've really made. I love this challenge because it gets me to make things. Yeah, other than that and the Halloween call that I'm doing, which I have to crack on with, that's it. I don't think I have anything else to tell you this week. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, evening, wherever you are in the world, and happy crocheting everyone. I'll see you next time.